I'm watching, this is DJ so-and-so, this is DJ so-and-so. I'm watching all of them. And then the miracle just happens right in front of me.
Yeah, that's dope.
See, January has passed. We are now in Feb. I get a phone call from one and only DJ Styles. Styles calls me. Styles calls me and says, hey, what's up? I'm good. Do you know who's calling you? And I'm like, no. I like Styles. Styles says, you need to have my number. Styles, I love that, man. Styles, you need to have my number, bro, man. This is a number you need to save. So he introduces himself and then he tells me, you know you're the only gospel DJ I know, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, it's an honor, bro. This is it. You'll be called for a screen test on KTN. Go. And true to his word, a few minutes later, Anthony Ndiema calls me.
What?
Yes. Ndiema calls me and says, hey, what's up, dude? We have this screen test that is happening. We would like you to come and pass by. And we do a screen test. I'm like, awesome. Do I have any music videos? I don't have any music videos. So guess what happens? 2 people saved my life here.
Us?
No. Arthur K.
Ooh.
I reach out to Arthur K. I tell Arthur K, I don't have music videos, Arthur K. Arthur K says, I got you. I got you. Arthur K gave me 3 hard drives. Basically, boss nakwambia the collection I have. May I have some very embarrassing videos of people here in this industry. Yeah. Arthur K came through a huge one. The other guy that came through was J Blessing. Because JB was shooting videos.
Everyone.
Left, right, center. I went to JB's house. JB said, I'm copying this whole hard drive for you. And he copied a huge amount. Boom. And Arthur K helped me with his bigger Mac. I used to have a Mac, but mine couldn't mix videos. His could. So we sorted it out with Mix Emergency and stuff, went for that screen test. So we were there, me, Ndiema, and Freshia Irongo. So we did a screen test, okay? But as we were doing a screen test, there was another lady who was practicing her things. Her name was Mwende Masharia. So every time we kept interrupting her, you know, to record these things. So she was always interrupted all the time to record. And then she said, you stay there and you'll do it. And we did that screen test. Ndiema, Mwende, and I. We did one with Fresha and another one with Irongo. Now let me tell you a funny thing. Those tapes were taken to the production room, okay? So they're taken in the production room and they were put on this TV with a tape player down there. And so everyone in the production is coming to see these screen tests, all right? So everyone is there. The broadcast director is there. The head of production, Mike Ndete, is there. A couple of people, about 8-10 people around this small TV. We're all looking at it. They play the first tape. They watch the first tape for a few minutes. They go like, okay, play the next tape. They watch the next tape, play the third tape. They play the third tape. They play like 6 tapes. I'm on the last tape. So they play all of them. And then the head of the broadcast director, I can't remember his name, says, I like this. I like this. Let's look for this DJ. And then everyone says, okay. And then some guy turns and then says, ah yeah, he's here. So they thought I left. They thought I left. Yeah. So me, I'm watching all my friends on these tapes. I'm watching, this is DJ so-and-so. Yes. This is DJ so-and-so. I'm watching all of them. And then the miracle just happens right in front of me.
Yeah, that's dope. He's here.
Man, this guy's here. And then he says, awesome. Then Ndetei, the head of production, says we are going to have a meeting with him to talk about valuation. I didn't know how to value myself when I went on TV. Who do I call? Styles. He's the one who calls me. And then I call Styles and I say, Styles, I don't know how to do this, bro. How do I value this when I go on TV? And then Styles breaks it down for me very, very well. Styles says, do you have DJ equipment? Yes, charge it. Do you have a laptop? Yes, charge it. Transportation? Yes, charge it. Dress code? Yes, charge it. Your time? Charge it. Give everything value and charge it. All right? Don't go to that room without explaining what you're charging for. Styles has given me a lot of business tips in my career.
So did you do that?
That's what I did. I went and I said, how much do you want? And I said, we'll begin with 15 Gs. Machine is 3 Gs. Laptop is 2 Gs. Transportation is 2 Gs. My time is the rest of the valuation. Why is your time so expensive? Because it takes 2 days to prepare. One is the day I'll come and DJ. The other day, I spent 4 hours looking for music to come and play for your show. Guy goes like, sir, lock. We begin. 15 Gs a Sunday. Even the Ilianza.
Yes.
Then, because with Akina Kubamba, I was asking, like, was it a third or a quarter?
Give me 5 Gs.
Me here, my expenses are taken care of.
Yep.
Because me, I'm thinking, make sure your expenses are taken care of.
Yep.
You'll build from there. And then I tell Styles. Styles tells me, do that. After 2 years, renegotiate. I remember it was very clear. He said, do that for 2 years, then renegotiate. That's what he told me. I said, awesome, let's do it. So Tukuza begins with me, Ndiema, and Mwende. So when I enter TV, I have a very interesting mindset. When I enter, my mind is to be the biggest DJ in the country. Okay? That was what was going in my mind.
And the year is 2011.
2011 February. So my goal is I want to be the biggest DJ in the country. And I want to be the best DJ at what I do. Okay? Bro, I'm telling you that, sorry. So we go on air. My wife is happy for me. Guess what happens? This thing affects our marriage.
Why?
It affects our marriage because with our limited capacity, capacity, we are now used to going to church on Sunday together. Okay. So when me and my wife got married, I used to go at Nairobi Lighthouse. My wife used to go at Sitam. So when we got married, we said, we are changing churches, we are starting afresh. And we started going to Nairobi Chapel. Up to today, we are still at Nairobi Chapel. And so we said, we are beginning afresh in a whole new place. So when we got married, we started going at Nairobi Chapel. And the reason we went to Nairobi Chapel is because we did our premarital classes with them. And we liked their classes. Sana. There are so many ministries that offer premarital classes, but man, Nairobi Chapel just hits it differently, man. And that's why we locked down there. So we started going. So my wife was accustomed to this new life. Husband and wife, going to church, packing, lunch after church. A certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
But she's happy for me. But a few weeks later, she's like, hey.
Let's get out and go to church.
And I'll be going to church alone. Again, I've been doing this all my single life. I've just been married for like 4 months. Unaniket. And I'm here going to church alone. So it hit her differently. 1. 2 is, me and my wife, we had made a pact. We are not buying a TV for 2 years. So remember, we had no TV and we didn't buy one. We bought one like end of 2012. So I am on TV and we don't have a TV at home.
Ni vibes.
Ni aye. Sasa, most of the time, she used to come with me on TV. So she used to come, sit somewhere, watch me work and stuff, nini. So that's what we did that whole first year. It was now acclimatizing and stuff. So it was TV. But what TV does is more gigs, bro. Visibility. Visibility, bro.
And you know you're in husband mode. Provision, like you will get that.
My mind is not even thinking provision. I'm not even, I have never, and this is gonna sound funny.
No, say it.
It's one of those, my mind has always been, if you obey, God will take care of things.
Seek ye first the kingdom.
So I've never thought of like that. But the more I did this show, the more it translated to more gigs. And it got so hectic by the time we were 6 months in because KTN was a very prime station then. Both we were hitting numbers. We had so many commercial breaks. Numbers. You just play 2 songs, we are going on a commercial break. But my mind is not understanding the commercialization of TV. It wasn't adding up to me. You know, it's new. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yep.
Someone has to explain this concept to you. And so I do that for a while. Then an year down the line, I'm just chilling with Ndiema. Ndiema changes my script completely. Ndiema tells me, people don't like you because you're a good DJ. People like you because when you open your mouth, you have something to say that is meaningful. What? Yes, people like to hear your opinion, your take on anything I am asking you. So carry that with weight anytime we go on air. If we have a topic, prepare for it intently. And bro, the following year, very many things changed. I made sure when I was talking, I had meaningful things to say. And then the following year, I said, I am going to change the music of our show. I am not going to be playing anything I get. I will play, and it sounded very mean and very harsh, but I said, I will only play songs I like. I won't play songs I don't like. People will pick your energy if you play things you don't like. So I told myself, I'm only playing things I like. And we are going to define a sound. Those are the 3 things I said. Content, songs I like, and define a sound. So what did this mean? This meant I would go to visit music studios in between the weeks.
What?
Bro, I would go to Still Alive and sit with him and tell him, play me what you have. And then he would play me different artists, he would play me, and then I'll tell him, I like this, and this. If you shoot these videos, I'll play them. I'd go visit another producer, Teddy B, play me what you have. And then he would play me what he has. And then I'd say, I like this, and this. Tell these people to have these videos done, I will play them.
And what was your what was the decision factor for you?
For me doing
like?
that?
On what your definition of what you like?
It's emotion. Emotion. It has to move me.
And what moves you?
What moves me, I know how to make it move people. I will give it context. Plus, every time I'm going to a studio, it's not just this and this, I'm getting to hear the backstory. I'm getting to hear, you see, these guys known as innocent persons, they are from here in Koch. So these guys from Koch, this is what they're doing. And so they came here to record one song they had saved, and I liked them, and we recorded 3 songs. Wow. That's a good one. If they shoot this song, I'm gonna play it. Guess what happens? The phone call is made. Look for money, shoot for this video. That video is shot. It is brought to my show. I premiere that video.
Dude, you know.
Do you know what that would do? We are making. And then what would happen is I stopped planning sets by myself. So the DJs I was mentoring, we would sit together on Saturday night and plan sets together. So that would go like, let us get 2 songs that we are going to play every Sunday for a whole month, then build different sets around those 2 songs. So that we build an artist. So that we are known as people who make brands. We are known as people. 2012 was intense, bro. 2012, I never joked with that show. It was intense. And out of that, one day I visited JB. Out of that JB meeting, that's how we got Willie Paul. Out of getting Willie Paul, we were the first guys to play Willie Paul.
Sitolia.
Aye, boss. Hata si Sitolia, ni ingine. And I can't remember that song, but we were the first guys to play him. He shot his video and he did it. Because JB used to produce music. People don't know that part about him. Yes.
Yet, he's coming.
And so I was very intentional in my studio visits. Because I knew if we were not making artists, what are we doing with the industry? And that concept, I learned it from Moz. I would see Moz do it. Moz would say, I like this guy. And Moz would play this guy every single week without fail.
Moz alinicheza like crazy.
So I saw how Moz built talents. He didn't need to teach me.
In fact, I am because of Moz and Kanji. True.
And there you go. So out of me seeing how Moz was operating, I learned you need to take someone that you identify with and build them. And I remember one day there's this lady, Gloria Muliro. Came to our house with her husband and he said, we are planning to do this. And I remember I told her, do this and do this. Make sure your song sounds like this. Go and work with these producers. Do this and do that. Bring me these videos and I'll play them. And before a video was shot, songs would be sent.
Can I just dwell on this a bit? Huh?
Okay.
2 things I want to shock you.
Okay.
Can you remember when I once called you?
Okay, no.
And I sat you down and I took you to 20th century.
I remember when we were 20th.
And we had a conversation. So it's 2008. It's just when I had discovered CTA.
Okay.
So when I had gotten the vision of CTA. And I had a conversation with you about, I was not sure if 28, after I'd come back from the Cora Awards.
Okay.
And I remember it had changed my life. And you're on TV.
Then it must be after 11.
It must, anyway, yes. It was whenever it was. But I remember having this convo with you and telling you about cleaning the airwaves and the impact that
you're going for.
You have. Because I was like, when I was doing Clean the Airwaves, what I did is I toured media houses.
Yes.
And I understood, kumbe, the people with the real power are either the program's controller, because they, in places like KISS, because they decide what goes into the system.
Yes.
Or the DJs, and some relevant DJs, because you were deciding what was played.
Yes.
And then that would make an artist as you. So to hear you do it from a positive perspective is absolutely, I feel like like that conversation that we had in 2008, I'm seeing the fruits of it. I didn't even know you were doing this.
I remember this story, and it was another guy who was telling me this, DJ Achiever. DJ Achiever was a Catholic, and I have a context. So one day I am leaving the show and I find a Catholic priest waiting for me at Standard Group reception. And he says, hi, I am an artist and we have done these songs, we have done this number of albums. Their music was being played at Waumini Radio, but their videos were never aired anywhere. And so he gives me like 6 or 8 Catholic albums. Then I go like, okay. And then I connect with this guy in one way or another. I go home, I sit, I check out this music, I go like, okay. It's not well produced, it's not well mixed, but this is a sound. I could tell this is a sound by itself, and this sound hasn't been played anywhere. And so I picked like 6 or 8 songs I could throw into a set out of all those albums. You see, that takes time. So I went, prepare that, and one Sunday morning, I go and I DJ a Catholic music set.
What?
Boss. That Sunday was fire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Catholics could not believe it. For the first time, they were being recognized, bro.
What?
Achiever tells me that day we got home, we were just having tea, then we had Catholic music. We were all in shock. Who is this DJ playing Catholic music on Sunday? That flipped our trajectory for Tukuza. Our audience expanded in one day.
No way.
One day. I call that a pure miracle. I never credit it to myself because I never went looking for Catholic music. I truly believe God sent that man of God onto our path. And through miraculous ways, we just obeyed.
So you guys would be shown the numbers, the Stedman report and things like that?
Oh, TV is a game of numbers. Geopol, bro, is no joke.
Because Geopol affects audience. I mean, Geopol is a audience, and
Geopol,
then that's advertising.
Everything about TV. And now I learned about numbers on the second year. Because we were never given the numbers the first year. The show is new, so it's being built. But it was hitting 1 million every Sunday with no fail. Brand new concept, hitting 1 million views. You need to understand, Tukuza was first a radio show on TV. That's why it used to happen on Radio Maisha. So it is being streamed on both radio and TV. It even affected the branding for Radio Maisha. People used to think Radio Maisha was a gospel radio station.
What?
But I liked the people who were running that station because they knew they were capitalizing on the Sunday morning audience. So they made sure they played a lot of gospel songs in between the week. They really capitalized on that.
What?
And that really pumped the image for Radio Maisha out there. Radio Maisha had not even finished 1 year.
Yo.
Bro.
But number two, there's something you've said, and for me, this is now begins the downside of the gospel industry.
Yes.
That much power, when abused, becomes something called cartels.
Yes. Oh, and it was abused. Power was abused in the
You understand what I
scene.
mean?
Yes.
So now you are only playing.
Yes.
It's no longer, you are playing it on the basis of, I like this new sound I'm trying to introduce into the industry.
Yes.
But it hit a point where people understood the power of playing music in terms of building a brand.
Yes.
So certain people with that influence, gatekeepers, lack of a better word, only played a certain caliber of people and wouldn't play other people. So let's talk about cartels.